A. And it is our REM decoding, level 1, part 2. Yesterday we were meeting for part 1, and I did all my best efforts to describe all the steps that lead us to REM decoding. Give me 1 minute. I forgot my PowerPoint.
I think Dr. Pooning, you don't require Doris 1, right? Just Gregory and...
Don't need me.
No, now for she is talking to us, that's why. Yeah.
Actually, it's here on the right. It's on the right slide. So we started yesterday by me telling some of the wonderful, positive, very effective result stories having applied REM decoding. How REM decoding is a very new therapeutic methodology for this age of time, as it has been rewinded by Madita, Monica Dekut, and me in a way that we are adding kinesiology, muscle testing, and hypnotherapy, and the IQ waving together. And that is called REM decoding. So it is eye movement therapy, REM decoding. And one more time for the ones of you who do another level. So now we have level 1, and we will then do level 2, 2 days. And when you have done 4 days or 8 afternoons, we have to waffle it up because some of the offerings are in the evenings, you will become a eye movement therapist, coach, or therapist. So what we discussed yesterday was the history. And if we quickly review the history, basically we gave grace to Steve and Andrea Cunire, who were right with Richard Bandler and John Grinder. And they not only experimented, but had very powerful results in the beginning of the 80s already. Okay. So definitely they were the originators. And I read to you something that Steve said himself. He said, I cannot bother to write a book. It's all about doing, and it's all about waving, and it's kinesthetic, it's body oriented. So I'm not writing a book. Okay. So we do have to give them the grace, though, that they invented the waving. They invented to have the IQs go all the way so that the brain is processing, because Richard and John found out that, for example, when for a right-handed person, the eyes go up to the right, future. The eyes go up to the left for past. Now, some more, this is very interesting actually, and good for us to see, is right and left-handed.
Also mehr links und rechts. Also ich bin von links auf rechts trainiert worden.
She started with left and she got trained in using her right hand. So this will be very interesting. So let me complete the backtracking. So then afterwards, we have to give grace to Dr. Beaulieu, who did lots of experimentation and super many absolute super results. He was a psychotherapist, and he just gave 1, 2, 3, 400,000 results using IQs, using waving, and helping people over their trauma, over their stress, over their anxiety, so many things. And the biggest name that you find online, if you type eye movement therapy or EMDR, is Dr. Shapiro. So Dr. Shapiro imprinted the word EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing, and she has done amazing, really, really amazing work. Madita joined wing waving in, I believe, 2018 or something like that. And they were only 6 years before that present. So the newest, most powerful school of working with IQs, I would claim in the world, but I haven't done thorough enough research. I have to ask Monica Dikut again, but they are definitely one of the schools and institutes that are top up there, creating positive results with their 5 therapists every single day, one session after another. Only very rarely does Cora Betta-Sigmund, who is the daughter of Ma'am Kuchera, do these video demonstrations. Dr. Kuchera herself was not comfortable to do video demonstration, but her daughter did. And yesterday we saw one example. Everybody remembers? She did it very fast. She did only few little waving. She did very fast waving, and boom, the lady was done with her fear that she had for so many years. Everybody remembers? So that's the one you still want to look at, Keisha, as you were missing during that time. So when we do the waving, the most important is that the client is looking at the tip of the fingers. Let's just do it like Kuchera does. They use the hands only. Traditional EMDR will ask you, would you like to choose one of the colors? And then you hold a pen and the eyes are focusing on the pen. If you want that some more, you can tell us. And this is the IQ pattern traditionally for a right-handed person. So now we can simply test some more. How can we test some more? I expect that Kishore and Dr. Purni can test. So can you see some more as well as when I stop sharing? Everybody is aware of this sheet. Visual constructed future to the right. Visual remembered past to the left. Audio constructed future to the right. Audio remembered to the left. Kinesthetic right down. Auditory digital left down. Can I unshare?
Yes, yes.
Anybody need this picture in the WhatsApp? Angela, you got it?
Doctor, why it is mentioned 75% to 80% as you look at them?
That's what Richard Bandler said. I can say 85%. Some people just have different IQs. That's why I'm asking you, can I unshare?
Yeah.
Angela, can I unshare?
Yeah.
Where's Angela?
I'm here.
Okay, can I unshare? Please answer me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the IQ pattern in your mind so that I can unshare?
Yes.
Okay. So how would we find out the IQs for Samoa? So we can start with a little NLP IQ identification.
Okay.
Okay.
Ask Kishore, Dr. Purni, ask questions and see how Samoa, may they ask questions to you and then we study how you move your eyes? Okay. I think you're supposed to look there. Okay. So ask.
Okay. So, somewhere today, at what time you came to Dr. Doris' house?
When?
Today.
I come the first time here. In the house, it was 2:30
2:30.
p.m.
2:30 p.m. Okay.
First time.
Okay. And when did you come to first time to India?
1990.
Oh, 1990. Okay.
The first time in Pune.
Pune. Uh-huh. Anybody ask any question to find out the IQ?
Did you just see a picture of Pune? Picture, hast du gerade ein Bild in dir gesehen von Pune? Ja, sehe das nochmal. Nochmal, guck das Bild von Pune nochmal an.
Ja, ich
Remember what time?
So
When?
when she said picture of Puna, her eyes went to the right side. But let's
Yeah.
verify, please. Did you see that, Dr. Pony?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the questions.
All the time is
her
remembering.
height, right?
Right side.
Yeah.
I think because she is the lefty.
No,
I think.
doctor, I think she has to struggle to see towards camera. We are not getting right picture of her. If the camera is straight, then only we will control because she is watching towards us and the camera is on the left side of her. And she has to
No, the camera is not. This is the best we can get, darling. Sorry. We have 4 laptops. We did it at Illuminations also. This is the very best we can get.
Yeah. No, she looked to, you are sitting on the right of her, right, Dr. Doris?
Yes.
Yeah, her eyes rolled to the right side top.
Right side.
Yeah.
So
When
now,
she,
Right,
can we
remembering.
ask some questions, please.
Doctor, madam, can you remember when you have met Gregory first time? Do you remember when you met first Dr. Gregory?
Gregory.
No, Dr. Doris.
Dr. Doris, sorry.
Wann du den Gregory zum ersten Mal gesehen hast? 2 weeks ago, huh? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Würdest du dich mal, would you please see yourself when you are in the plane to Dharamsala? Würdest du dich bitte sehen im Flugzeug nach Dharamsala? Würdest du dich bitte sehen nach 3 Wochen Meditation? Would you please see yourself after 3 weeks of meditation? Can you see the picture? What will you wear?
More silence.
And what will you have? Was hast du an? Was für Kleider hast du?
Bedeckte schöne Kleider.
an?
Also ganz hin.
And how is the landscape in Dharamsala? Wie heißt wie sieht die Landschaft aus in Dharamsala?
Grün.
Can you see it? Could you make a picture of it? When you hear yourself talking in Dharamsala to other people, I know it's all about silence, but let's say at the beginning or so, you will say something, or anytime at some point you will say something to somebody. How will that sound like? Bye, Jaya. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Please see me alone.
You see yourself alone, okay? So what we are looking for some more ist, dass du deine Augen rollst. Du brauchst die jetzt nicht zu gezielt da lassen, aber lass mal deine Augen von selber dahin gehen, wo die liegen. Zum Beispiel am Anfang, wenn du Puna gesagt hast, sind sie nach rechts gegangen. If you see Dharamsala, where do you see it? Okay, she's seeing Dharamsala to the left.
Yes.
When would you see a picture of you as a little girl when you went to school? Can you look at the picture inside your head? Not looking at the people, but look at. Okay. Okay, eyes straight up. Okay, that's visual. How did you when you spoke to the teacher when you were a girl? What did you say?
The teacher?
Ja, wenn du als du zu deinem Lehrer zum ersten Mal geredet hast, da wo du in der 1. oder 2. Klasse warst, hör das mal an. What did you say? Was hast du da gesagt?
Ich fühle mich gut.
Okay.
I feel good.
Can you look at that teacher, please?
Left up is.
Left.
No, that was straight.
It was up now. This is
When you take a nice shower in the evenings, how does that feel?
no good.
Not good? You don't like showers? When you swim in
When
the...
I was small.
Never. Now, when you take a shower? Okay. How does it feel when you swim in the ocean?
Very good.
When did you swim last in the ocean?
It was 2 weeks before.
2 weeks before.
Yeah, before I came up with my leg.
You are, yes, because something happened to her leg. Actually, we can work on that too, somewhere.
Yes.
She had broken her hip. How long
Oh,
ago?
It's the leg.
The leg,
leg.
the
Not-
upper
not
leg.
the, up, down. Yes. On
The
my,
femur.
not hip.
And when exactly did that happen?
2 February.
2nd of February. So can you please make a picture of someone who will walk all right again and have no feelings and no pain in that leg? A future picture?
Yes, I would.
Can you see it?
Yeah, there's pain. I can see every day.
And what will you say when it's all done and you are, even if it's a year from now, what will you say to yourself?
Then I started again with jogging and beach volleyball.
What are you seeing, Dr. Pony? She's looking straight because she thinks she needs to look at you. I don't know
Yeah.
whether we just say for a moment, don't look there. Don't look there, just look straight. And one more time say, how will Samoa look like when she's without any pain anymore?
Ooh. Interesting.
I think it's left. I
Ah,
think she has the past to the right and the future to the left.
yes.
You
It's
too,
opposite.
Dr. Pony. What do you see, Kishore?
I agree with you, doctor.
Okay, can you do one more verification question? Angela, we are just
Yes.
testing before I do the IQ waving, whether she has the traditional right future
Mm-hmm.
or whether she is the other way around because she grew up left-handed and she was trained right-handed.
Oh,
So we are asking all these questions only to double check her IQs. So Dr.
okay.
and me and Kishi, she makes some very small movements because she looked at the phone thinking that she's looking at you. She likes to look at people's eyes. That was a little difficult. But could you still ask one more or two more questions, Kisha or Angela, in order to verify Samoa's IQs?
Okay.
Madam, do you remember your favorite song?
Samoa, erinnert dich an dein Lieblingslied.
Als ich jung war,
Mhm.
da hatte ich kein Lieblingslied.
I didn't have a favorite song.
Oh,
Maybe this is no, aber na. Wenn sie wollten,
Yeah. Samma, could you recollect the first time you heard the Buddhist gong in your life?
The first time when you heard a Buddhist gong, diese Chimes, die man immer Meditation, wenn du the first time diese Bowls or Chimes gehört hast von der Meditation.
Right up.
Now
Ja,
she
no,
went
no,
left up.
time.
Now she went
First
left.
she went right up and then
But she went first right up? Okay, I didn't pay attention.
yes,
Right, I thought she did. So right up, left up, right?
left, yes, then
Okay.
left.
Angela, can you do one more test question?
yes. What is your favorite color?
Was ist deine Lieblingsfarbe?
Blau.
Blue. But if I were you, I would ask a question that is directed towards
Baby
the
blue.
past or
Baby
towards the
blue.
future. Angela,
Okay.
ask her what is
Indigo.
which color did you like as a child? Or
Yes.
ask her which color will you wear when after 2 months you finished your Dharamsala retreat? Something like that.
Oh, okay. As a kid, as a child, do you remember your favorite place to go?
Dein Lieblingsplatz, wo du gewohnt hast.
Im Gras. Im hohen Gras.
In high meadows.
High meadow.
Nobody found me.
She liked to be in high meadows where nobody would find her.
Nobody found her.
Mhm.
Where you want to go after, let's say after 6 months, where do you want to go? Where do you want to be?
In 6 Monate von heute, wo würdest du gerne hin?
Ans Meer.
Can you see the ocean? Yeah. Oh, now she's going left.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have your access sometimes to the left and sometimes to the right. Now we would need another 30 minutes to ask questions to see where she's going more. Kishore, can you see? So it's not so easy to say that. That's why when they investigated it in the end of the 70s, they spent so many hours. And finally, Richard Bandler was finished and he said, let's say it's only 75% true. So here with Samoa, we have so far a typical example of, I think I saw more accessing past on the right side and accessing future in the left, but she also has examples when we ask her about the past and she goes to the left. Yes, Kishore?
So typically, when we have a more information about any client, then only we can ask such kind of question. In the initial first meeting, it is difficult to ask such kind of question because we don't have.
So every client was a child. Every client has a future. Just be creative and use Milton. So you don't know, but you use generalizations. Every person had, see, we didn't know she was in the grass. She's telling us. I didn't know that that's what she did. I think she was living in Germany, not as a child. Und wo genau da?
In Hamburg.
Now she's again going to the right for the past. Dr. Purni, did you see?
Yeah.
She says Hamburg and her eyes went up to the right. Okay, so let's just make an, Keisha is not satisfied. Okay, Keisha, ask some more questions.
I would ask one more question. That day I was doing the exercise with the dude. Most of the question, she started looking upstairs straight.
Yes, that is the typical visual straight up access.
Okay, so what do you mean by that, doctor?
Maybe I think I don't know Samoa so well. I also know Samoa only since a few weeks back. She has seen me often long ago, but I really remember talking to her and paying attention to her only a few weeks back. My sense would be that she's kinesthetic first and then visual and then audio, but we would have to rectify it. Now, when somebody looks straight, it's simply a visual access. They see the memory.
Okay.
I don't think she showed us much auditory access. Did anybody get auditory access?
No.
No, doctor. For some of the questions, her eyes rolled to the right and then up.
Up.
Yeah, I think auditory was dominant in those conditions.
Auditory?
Yeah.
I think she is visual more dominant.
Visual?
Visual and auditory.
Und auditory, my high
Because her eyes rolled right and then up.
Ja, oder so. Also es geht, it is, let me translate it a little bit. Samoa's English is good enough to do the waving, but I'll help her to understand better by translating quick in German. So, visuell B ist, wenn du die Augen benutzt. Auditory A ist hören, aber das ist auch, wenn du internal dialogue hast. Down to the right, when your eyes go down to the right, is typically kinesthetisch, wenn du Gefühle hast. Was bist du dir am meisten bewusst? Wenn du innerlich irgendwas prozessierst oder denkst, siehst du das visuell oder auditorisch oder kinesthetisch?
In meine Ohren.
Durch die Ohren. Ah, good, Dr. Purni, very good. She's verifying that she thinks she's using auditory first.
Yes. She's
Okay.
listening to something and then seeing the visual.
She first talks to herself and then she makes a picture. Yes.
Not I felt, yeah.
Yes. Now it could still be that the auditory is in the square and the visual in the triangle or the other way around. So I know one thing, you are moving around a lot. Ne? Du bewegst dich ganz viel. Du bist morgens da, mittags. So, because for Samoa's maturity, I have rarely seen a woman in her maturity move around so much. She does things in the morning. She has 3 appointments in the morning, 3 appointments in the afternoon. I mean, she moves all over. She had no problem immediately coming here when I asked her last night late. Yeah, I will come. So that is little kinesthetic comfort, right? Okay, I think we can start with this session. Is there anything else that you wish to know before we do this session?
She was talking about pain. We have to find out what is she telling about her.
So what is it that you would like to take the session for? Oh, sorry, we forgot to bring for you water. I will bring it. Willst du das mit Eis haben?
Nee, ohne Eis.
Okay.
Observation.
Ich hätte das auch machen können. Nee, du jetzt da. Schön, dass ihr alle da seid. Nice to see you.
Same here. Same here. Nice to see you, she's saying.
Okay.
Uni is now German translator.
It's a German language, doctor.
Yeah.
German, yes. We normally talk German. So only yesterday I found out that she's not too comfortable in English.
English and
Yes, that's not a problem. I will translate very quickly. So what is it that you would like to work on some more? We could, for example, use the accident, if that's still something in your head where you feel you get stuck, or we can use anything of the past. So what this waving therapy is good at is anywhere where you have stress, anywhere when you get heightened heartbeat, you think of something, anything that you feel is stuck. And it's particularly nice, you are going tomorrow to your meditation retreat. Du gehst morgen am Montag zu deinem Meditationsretreat. And don't you know it? I know from my Vipassana sessions before I had NLP that I was thinking about things that are not resolved. In meinen Vipassana-Meditationen habe ich immer furchtbar viel darüber nachgedacht, was nicht resolved war. So basically, I did Vipassana, for example, 14 days once in Pune. And I would say more than 50% I listen to my internal dialogue. And das wirklich hat sich geändert seit dem NLP, weil man im NLP lernt, wie man seine Gedanken handelt, so dass du nicht die denken musst. Das ist wirklich ganz wahr. My meditation really only began after I learned NLP and I learned how to stop my internal dialogue. Or I didn't have to listen. I'm not saying I don't have internal dialogue. Everybody has internal dialogue and we know it and it's very fast and the brain makes it. But I can very proudly say through all these years of NLP, I don't have to listen to my internal dialogue anymore. And my meditation, my Vipassana is much better. I can do 10 minutes and there's no internal dialogue. I go into very deep silence every morning. I do my meditation every morning. So Samoa, soon you will be for 2 weeks, for 8 weeks. Yes, in meditation every day. Yes, every day. So if there was an internal dialogue or some emotional thing that typically catches you, that is in the way of your silence, what would that be?
So, I tell you, it was...
Now, wer macht jetzt so ein Geräusch?
Das ist vielleicht mein Handy, das da klar. Ach so, wird es ausmachen?
Ja. We are turning off our mobiles.
Okay.
Ich hoffe, dass ich dort auch kein Handy habe.
But what would happen internally? So internally,
okay.
if there was something that catches your thoughts, like sometimes there's a mother worry about something.
if I think about now, just now, the best it's after my, also nach meiner Kindheit sozusagen, was ich aufgearbeitet habe, 1,5 Jahre.
After my childhood, what I have worked on,
1.5 years with 36 people together with OMC parking, the name.
What?
And then after I was jogging in Berlin in the wood in the morning, 8 o'clock, and there's a lake, and after I jumped in the lake without clothes, and it was very, 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 very hot, and I jogged there, and one person is coming from the backside, and it took me from the medium shower.
oh, what war das denn?
In Berlin, in Greenwood.
Ein Krimineller.
Mhm.
So she got attacked. Did everybody understand that? She got attacked while running in Berlin for her morning running. Somebody came from the back with a scarf and tried to strangle her.
So, and this was my dive. But don't ask me.
This was my diet. You
Yeah,
felt
in
like
this
that?
in this moment, I was thinking, so was my life.
Mhm.
You know? So, and then I don't know, it's come from the heaven. I have luck. The therapists and police said, this was the best way, what you do, and blah, 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 like this. And I said, no, only I have luck.
What was the best way? What did you do?
Naja, ich bin da halt, man muss dazu sagen, ich habe die 7er-Struktur im Enneagramm.
She is an Enneagram number 7.
And this is very, very seldom. In this, when I make this therapy, we have 3 groups in Germany. And from 3 groups, like 37 people, they have 2 people, they have the number 7.
Only in 37 people, there were 2 people who had the number 7.
This
But
was,
we did not do
yeah,
Enneagram.
right.
So what
And
does it
this
mean?
I am, and 1 terapeut.
Mhm.
So these people never they go there. I don't know you, maybe you know the movie, ich musste das auf Deutsch sagen, das Leben ist schön, mit dem kleinen italienischen Schauspieler. Anyway, so I have luck. I make this therapy 1.5 years. It was very, very hard. This was also my
So he
guy.
strangled you, he tried to kill you, and then the police came.
No. I was speaking with him like therapy.
You
know?
therapeutically talked to the
Yes,
guy who was
yes,
strangling you.
yes.
Like, what did you
So-
say?
And
Please watch your eyes, please watch your eyes.
Yeah.
like this was so good man, and
She said to
very
him, you are
nice.
such a good man.
And your eyes, beautiful eyes.
You are such
and you
beautiful
don't have
eyes. While he's strangling her, he says,
you-
you are such a beautiful man. You have so beautiful eyes.
so you don't need it, like blah blah blah.
You don't need to strangle someone. You are such a beautiful being.
So and it's
So he stopped.
he take me up to the step up, and we was sitting there, and he was the left side, and I speak with him, blah blah blah.
So he
blah.
put
And it
her
was
this there and put her next to her, and they talked.
45 minutes.
She talked to him for 45 minutes, to the guy who wanted
So
to
and
strangle her.
then I said he touched me a little bit here.
Mhm.
And then I said to him, you can ever, when you want, you can call me when you have problem. Never I go to the police. So, and now
Whenever
it's
you have
time.
problems, you can call me. I will never go to the police.
Now it's time I have to go because some people wait for me. Okay, I have also to go, he said. And then we go down and I go the way where I have to go and he go on the right side and I go on the left side. But before I was very stupid, I give him my telephone. Oh, wait. This was luck. It was luck because I came home, I called with my daughter. She has in this moment Kripo boyfriend.
Kripo is criminal police. Her boyfriend was from the criminal police in Germany.
Yes, the boyfriend from my big daughter. So, and he called me 20 minutes later and asked me, how are you? Like this. And in this moment, the police, it was ISDN, you know, they can check it from which phone it was coming. So, and so they go to him and take gloves, it was black gloves in the house, and they take it. And on the police station, 5 pair of gloves
Were there?
and I have to look at this. Look at there. The police don't see my hair, my blonde hair. Ah, yeah, okay. So he come in, not in jail. It's need 6 weeks later. The police was coming and take one hair from me again. Very stupid to just. And then the man come in. So and after
jail. Then he came into jail.
Yeah,
Then he was finally brought into jail.
But when the process was, also Gerichtstermin, he
The
was
court case?
also there, and I was ready to can see him in the eyes, you know, because they asked me, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. And he don't look to me. Okay.
So in the court case, she didn't want to look into his eyes.
And so after this process, I become the protocol from this man, what he done before in the past. And I was shocking because many delicts he has done the same. And he became only 2.5 years. But the first time...
Der hat viele Leute berührt.
Ja, so, hat viele Frauen so attackiert.
Und sexuell belästigt.
Auch, ja.
So he basically has a criminal record of many women that he attacked, that he sexually abused, that he tried to strangle.
What I have forgot, I said him when he...
So when he tried to strangle
I
me,
said him, no problem.
Not a
long
problem.
time I don't have sex, so we can make sex.
Wow, some more. Let's give a big hand to some more. Well, we are talking about NLP. I mean, if that is not NLP, so while he's strangling her, she said, not a problem. I haven't had sex for a long time. Go ahead. And he didn't. Can you see? What do you say, Tikisha? What do you say, Chakresh? Hello, are you all with us?
Yes.
Is everybody with us?
Yes. Yeah.
He visually remembered everything.
Yes. So now, what can we do? So when I asked you when you are in your meditation in Dharamsala, so will that still come? No, it will not come up.
But my dear, it's starting couple of years, it's maybe 10 years, started depression, you know, and I don't know from where. And I think all time it's some of kind of, also dass mir was fehlt, also
10 years ago, I started to have depression, But I thought it was physiologically that I may be missing vitamins or anything for my balance.
I don't know. I'm not God, so maybe it's
I don't know, and I don't understand why I
and I'm
started to
open
have
for
depression.
everything. Maybe it's from there. Or, I don't.
Maybe it is an after effect of this trauma, because needless to say, she was sure she would die now. She was ready to give her life to this guy, but she was smart enough to say exactly the things that stopped him from strangling her or from sexually abusing her. So, as you are telling us this, it makes me think, let's just do a waving, because you could have told us many things. So as we are waving this, if there was something that could have to do with your depression and you don't know where the depression comes from and why you have it, I totally understand. Now, if there was something that had to do in your subconscious storage with that event, because you were close to death, and the police took actually, wie lange? 2 Monate, bis der ins Gefängnis kam?
Ja, es sind 4 Wochen. Ja.
7, 8 months, 8
Denn das
it
dauerte
took
nochmal
until the
6
guy
Wochen.
was in
Es
prison.
dauerte nochmal 6 Wochen, bis sie den Befund von meinem Haar hatten.
And it took another 6 weeks to find out exactly about the testing of her hairs. And the hair was in his hand, oder wo war das? Warum haben die denn dein Haar untersucht?
Weiß ich nicht, keine Ahnung. Ich meine, es war ja auf dem Handschuh, ein Haar auf dem
Oh,
Handschuh.
one of her hair was on the.
Hab ich gefunden, und nicht mal die Polizei.
I found that on his glove, when they put 6 different black gloves, I found that my hair was on the glove that he used when he strangled her.
Okay.
So, can you just think of that event? And I will wave, and we just see what happens. So basically, if there is some connection between depression and that event, and we don't know, but it could be, because why are you getting depression? You don't understand you get depression. You're a wonderful person, you are happy, you have everything you want, you don't have any problems. You literally don't understand why depression started. So can we just waive this event? And normally it takes 22 times, and sometimes I will do it slowly, and sometimes I will do it very quickly. And at some point, typically people just feel it's done. And normally after 22 times, but I can wait long time. If you want me to wait long time, but when your brain, so this is the NLP theory, when your brain moves all the way from the left to the right, do the left to the right, do the auditory left to the right, and in this case, actually, we were curious because we all NLP people, whether you are right or left with the past and the future, but for this reading, it doesn't make any difference because we always have to go right, left, down, left, right, left. And so this is a very, very scientifically proven, famous technique for giving the brain the chance to process it. Because what we probably could find out that if this is linked to your depression, mostly in your REM, in your sleep, some pictures will still come. It's called nightmares. So when it's stuck, then in REM, your brain just tries and tries to process, because every night you have 3 to 4 REM phases where your eyes are moving like wild. That's where this therapy comes from. So in REM, that's why Madita called it REM decoding. So in REM is this rapid eye movement sleep. So in your sleep, there's 3-4 times where you have 32, 60 minutes very fast eye movements. Hast du das schon mal gesehen bei einem Kind, dass die einfach während dem Schlaf so hin und her machen? Oder bei deinem Mann? Ja, bestimmt. So you are aware that during sleep, people sometimes do very quick movements, and it's you can look at sleep search, and I have this watch I show you later. It's a REM watch. And this REM, this is a Schlafwatch. The sleep watch will tell you how much you sleep, how long you sleep, how deep you sleep, when you have REM, when you have non-REM. And so you will have 3 to 4 REM phases in sleep where your brain is always processing. So let's just say, if this event with the strangling, which was a very traumatic event somewhat. I mean, you are so jolly, you are so amazing. I mean, the way you handled this guy was super therapeutic. I mean, you were a therapist in this moment to the uppermost degrees. In fact, you used NLP. You met him, you said to him, he's nice. You said to him, you can abuse me. And then he didn't abuse her. Did you all hear that? Hey, can I see hands? She told him, I haven't had sex for a while. You are fine. You can abuse me. My God. And he didn't. Chakresh, isn't that amazing? What an amazing contraindication. What an amazing thing she did.
Doctor, can you repeat what she said on a mic side?
Say it again.
Can you repeat what she said to him?
She said to him, I have not had sex for a while, so you go ahead. And he didn't sexually abuse her. And when he put the strangling towel around her neck, she said, you are very beautiful, man. Your eyes are really amazing. And he stopped strangling her. And he pulled her by the neck with the scarf, the stairs up, and put her next to her to talk to her. And she continued to talk to him in this therapeutic NLP kind of a way until he walked away after 45 minutes. Later, he was found by the police as someone who has many, many years of delicts of sexually abusing women, strangling them. Did he ever kill one? He never killed them, but he would strangle them to the max and then sexually abuse them. So I'm thinking I would just have some more think of the event and waive it. Yes? Everybody makes sense, Angela?
Yes,
Yes,
Dr. Doris.
doctor.
I have
Yes,
only one question. Should
Yes.
we do a muscle testing to see?
Yes, thank you.
No, please.
She wants to see the muscle test. So, I don't see. And would you take off your watch? Is that a watch? You take it off. Okay. So remember that we always take off the watches. Actually, even me testing her, I don't need to, but it's a little better. So there's no energetic disturbance. So do you mind to put your hand on my knee? Can everybody see it?
Yeah.
So,
Doctor, maybe the hand should be a little bit.
so it's called the ring. So make a ring here. Und wenn du den ganz festhältst, heißt es ist gut für dich.
Wenn ich den so festhalte.
So festhalte, dann heißt es ist gut für dein Body-Mind. Und wenn du den loslässt, dann heißt es it's weak. Es ist schwach, macht dich schwach. Und wir können jetzt so simple Fragen, Testfragen stellen. Zum Beispiel, mein Name ist Samoa. Okay. Mein Name ist Tora. Okay. My country is Germany. My country is Syria. Okay. I live in Berlin. I live in Frankfurt. Oh, you used to live there?
Ich lande da.
I always land there. Okay. Ich lebe in Würzburg. Okay, good. So now what, Dr. Puni, what would you like to test?
Does this incident and depression directly
Is this
related?
incident related to depression? Dieses Vorgehen, der Mann, der dich attackiert hat, hat das in irgendeiner Art mit deiner Depression zu tun? Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Come out of this memories.
Complete the sentence, Kishore.
You want to come out of these memories?
Are you ready to come out of this?
Das heißt, okay.
Bist du bereit, das heute loszulassen? Very good. That's a good question, Kishore. Very good. Bist du bereit, das heute loszulassen? Yes, she really is. So if 0 is low and 10 is high, how committed are you to let go of it? Wenn 0 ist ganz, ganz schwach und 10 ist das Stärkste, wie sehr bist du committed, das heute loszulassen? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, very committed. After 5, I cannot open anymore. She's very committed. All right. Any other question? Angela, any question you want me to test some more?
Are you holding any anger against that person?
What is his name? Wie heißt der?
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Ich weiß.
Dr. Pony wants to ask, hast du noch irgendeine Wut auf den Wolfgang? No.
No. Okay. So what is that you want to release?
Emotion? Let me test again because it's a good question, Dr. Pony. Is there any emotion possibly in your subconscious attached to this Wolfgang? No.
No. So what is that you want to release in relation to this memory?
So now you need to ask a particular question
Yeah.
so that it shows strong or weak.
What is, why is it necessary for you to erase this memory?
That's not a question you can ask. See, that's why we need to get into how the language that
Yeah.
testing.
What is that you will achieve by releasing this memory from your consciousness?
When
What
if
is the outcome?
you have released this memory from your consciousness, will it give you overall greater relaxation and positively affect the depression?
Yeah.
Use the depression.
Nochmal.
When you release this memory today with waiting, to the degree that you will say it's gone, it will just go out because your brain process until you say finish. You stop it. You don't want to wave it anymore. Your eyes don't want to move it anymore, means they have processed it. So it's this powerful. So if this happens today, what was your question, Dr. Pony?
What is the outcome she will achieve by releasing this memory of hers?
No, when you will release this memory today, will this give you greater relaxation and positively affect the depression? Yes. Very strong. Good.
So
So
we have an outcome.
Did you see the way I asked the question, Dr.
Yeah.
Pony? So you have to presuppose. These are presupposed.
Presuppositions. Yes.
Because only then can you show strong, medium, or weak. Only then you can see whether the fingers are very tight or half loose or totally loose.
Yeah.
Any other question, Angela?
No, doctor, it's fine. I'm observing for now.
Okay. Good. Mhm. So now this waving can be strong as of the effect on your sleep. So for some people, all of a sudden that night they will sleep like a lot. Is that okay? You still have one day before you are traveling. It will be fine on Monday. And if you sleep much less all of a sudden because your brain has processed like mega, and you sleep less, that's also okay. And then sometimes it creates sensations in the body, like Angela yesterday had strong feelings in the belly and she got a headache while we did it, but the headache was gone afterwards. Is that also okay? Okay. Bist du schnell dabei zu kotzen? Nee? Okay. I asked her, are you vomiting easily? And she said no. All right. Ready?
Okay. Yes.
Jetzt gucke ich hier auf deine Spitzen, ja?
You see at the top of my fingers. And you think of the event. You think of the event, and you think of Wolfgang and strangling, and you just look at the top of the fingers. And your head is still, and you just look at the top of the fingers. And everything that he did and that he said, you say, and his head is still, and you just look at my fingers. Head is still. This terrible event will be processed. This terrible event will be processed. Even you did not get hurt. He did touch you. It was a violent attack, wasn't it? And some part of you, even you handled it so wonderfully, some part of you had a fear. Come on, yes? There was a fear. So can you please allow the fear and let your brain process the fear? He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. He nearly, yes. Can you see it? Now she's processing. Her eyes are coming out very strongly. He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. He nearly strangled me. He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. Fast erwürgt und er hat mich fast sexuell belastet. Sexuell misshandelt. Während die dich vergewaltigen. He did sexually abuse other women. He could have sexually abused you. So all kinds of thoughts, all kinds of memories related to this Wolfgang and related to this event. When did it happen? How many years ago? 2002. Any little memory that's still there, your brain is letting go. Nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. He nearly strangled me. He nearly sexually abused me. Because it's really in the past now somewhere, and no thought or no emotion is required. It's time that you really totally let it in the past and that it detaches from anything that is positive. Particularly what he said.
Yeah, something audio.
What you said.
Audio.
Is there something still that he said that you most remember? What did he say? Was that very well? Is that any person that have memory always the same? The picture you see is like blood in the right and the picture of the stairs. Was he happy or did I can't say whether he was happy or did. No. Help along the neck, the guy pulling you up, you talk to him for different minutes, and your brain is processing and processing, and finally cleaning out all the points. This is deep cleaning of all the memory until you say stop and let. Mhm. 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 Yes, right. And close your eyes. Just let it go. Just let it go out of you. She said, jetzt reicht's, which in German means now it's enough. So I'm curious. So what we do here is we take something out, but then also we put something in. So, do you really believe you have what they say is depression? Glaubst du wirklich tief in dir, das, was die dir erzählen, dass du Depression hast, dass du Depression hast? Everybody understand what I'm asking?
Ja.
Everybody, please give me hand. Are you with me? Sorry, I'm
Yes.
so much focusing on Samoa that every once in a while I want your hand, Angela, or you're waving, or your signal that you're with me. Angela, you are with us? Okay.
Yes.
So I was asking, do you really believe that you have depression?
Also du meinst jetzt, dass andere Leute meine Depression sehen oder fühlen oder
No.
Yeah.
These doctors told you that you have depression and they gave you medicines, right?
nein. Also die Doktoren sind ja nicht in mir drin.
Mhm.
Ne? Also die können ja nicht wissen, dass ich Depression habe oder nicht, sondern das ist ja bei mir.
Mhm. And how do you know that you have what is called depression?
Ja.
How do you know?
Ja, how? Das ist, dass ich das jeden Morgen einfach bin.
Every morning.
Every morning.
Continue.
Yeah, continue. Every morning when I wake up. When I go to sleeping, very quiet, every quiet. In the whole night, quiet, quiet. I wake up anytime, it's quiet. And then when I wake up in the morning,
It's terrible.
yeah, but
And for how long?
I don't know.
Bis zum Mittagessen?
Yeah,
So from waking up in the morning until lunch. Mhm. And it's terrible means?
but I
You cry?
don't take it out, because
But do you cry?
quiet, yeah.
Weinst du?
No, quiet.
So then when you say depression, where in your body is it? And now in REM decoding, by the way, it's a little different than when we do submodality in NLP. Es ist okay, wenn ich ein bisschen we want that it's in the body because it's better and stronger when we can find a place in the body. I see Angela is nodding and for me. Thank you. So if it was somewhere in the body, wenn das jetzt irgendwo in deinem Körper wohnen würde, diese Emotion, die du Depression nennst, wo wäre das?
Woher?
Wo in deinem Körper wäre das? Das deinen Kopf rum, das habe ich verstanden, aber wenn es irgendwo in deinem Body wäre, wo wäre das? The whole body.
Ja, ich kann entscheiden. Ich kann nichts tun. Ja.
I can decide whether I do nothing.
Yeah. But I'm so disciplined, you know. I go up and on my knee and I clean in the corner and something like that to do like this.
So
it's coming from my sport. I make 9 year Sport. Ich war Hamburger Meisterin im Geräteturnen. Ich war jeden Tag.
Oh, she was an athlete master competition. So she's very sporty, obviously, as you see her body. Kannst du uns wie alt ist?
71.
She's 71 years old and her body is very strong and very fit because she was running most of her life and she was a competitive athlete. So she's saying, so this depression is coming in the morning, but because she has such good German discipline, she just gets up and does cleaning or does, actively moves. And so when you actively move, is it less? No, it's not less. It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
So if you lie down
It's
and
like,
do nothing,
so eine Käseglocke.
in Germany, when we eat cheese, we have cheese on a wood, and then we have a glass bowl around it. So she feels that it's this cheese glass bowl that we use in Germany. So it's like that around your head. Okay.
Aber ich lasse es nicht raus. Also ich lasse es nicht erkennen, dass Leute das erkennen.
I don't tell anyone, and nobody knows.
Yes, they know it. But
Your daughter knows?
yeah, my friends know it. Yes, but I'm not like this, because this is my structure, my conditioning. It's number 7, Everything is fine. Like this.
So every morning when you wake up, when do you wake up? In wie viel Uhr wachst du auf?
At 7.
6:30. And now tell me when it ends, because that's interesting. It only lasts until Mittagessen. Ne?
Ja, so
Only
ungefähr.
until lunch.
Ja. Es kann auch manchmal länger dauern, aber
So normally, tell me how it is when it goes away.
it's going away.
It's going away, and how does it go? Show me. So it just goes like this. So the Käseglocke, the cheese glass bowl around me, all of a sudden goes away. Is there anything that you sometimes do feel, say, here or go through when it goes away earlier or easier? Gibt es irgendwas in deinem Leben, was du manchmal hörst, siehst morgens zum Beispiel, wenn du dir irgendwas anhörst oder anguckst oder so, plötzlich geht es weg. So, dass du plötzlich, nee, immer. Aber sag mir nochmal genau, wie du weißt, dass es weg ist. How exactly do you know that it goes away?
Ich muss dann darüber nachdenken, sind die jetzt noch da oder sind sie nicht da? Ah, nee, jetzt.
So, is my depression still here? Is it not there? And then I say it's good. So she's touching her head and she says, is my depression here or it's not there? And then she said it's gone. How about you say that in the morning? Wie wär's denn, wenn du das am Morgen sagst?
Das habe ich schon 1000-mal. Ja, schön wär's.
So this word depression, some more in NLP, we don't believe in these diagnoses. And we don't believe in those words because it's very big words. Mainly what it is you are feeling crowded, down.
No. It's just a feeling like in this moment you lose your man. You lose your man.
Hast du den verloren?
Nein. Sind ja alle da.
It's a feeling as if I lose my man. Please all help me. I don't want to do it by myself. You are practicing, you do it yourself. Angela, what would you say? So she's saying in this moment, it feels like as if you lose your man. And I'm asking her, did you lose your man? And she laughs and says, no, they are all there. She was with many men and they are all there, and you have pretty positive relationships, right? But losing a man is the feeling like depression. So you must know that feeling.
Was heißt das?
Du kennst das Gefühl also.
Ja, sehr gut.
So when did you last lose a man where you knew that feeling sehr gut? Very good. When?
Oh, many times, maybe.
Many times you lost a man.
Yeah, it's whole time coming from me, because I go away from the man.
Every time you are going away. Why are you going away?
I have to go because sometimes it's together.
So you have to go because it's not together anymore. But it's also like a depression.
I can tell before I have depression, and when somebody told me they have compression, then I tell him a big stories, what he can do with the compression.
Compression?
No, depression, But after, when I have this started, now when somebody told me he has depression,
I don't say anything anymore.
I can say, I know, I can understand. That's and it's also people say, yeah, I have compression before, but now I do this, and now I don't have anymore depression like this, And in this moment, I know never yet before depression, because I know many people, they have depression, and they also
I understand, and even though you think I don't understand depression, I've accompanied my mother over 25 years with the depth of depression of any psychopharmaca you possibly remember or think of. She took them all. She tried everything, and her depression didn't go. I know about depression, and I've been in the psychiatry where my mom was, because nobody could help her. And I do really believe I know how it feels. Now, the thing is, do you believe that you can overcome it?
Also, das heißt,
Glaubst du daran, dass du das loslassen kannst? Glaubst du an dich, deine Meditation, an das Höhere, deine Verbindung zu, wer ist das? Ist das immer noch Osho oder ist das das Universe oder ist das your higher power?
Ich gebe die Hoffnung nie auf.
I'm not giving up my hope, so that your hope is there that this could disappear. And so now you expect when you are in Dharamsala, you do meditation, it will be the same, that in the morning you will have, even when you meditate, you have it.
Yes, also. When I started in the morning meditation, this is whole time there.
Mhm.
You know.
Have you ever had a meditation and it was not there? Hast du jemals einen Moment in der Meditation gehabt, morgens, wo es nicht da war? Whether you meditate or not, it's there. But you
Das
have
wäre ja
hope
wunderbar.
that you could overcome. Tell me about the hope. Du hast die Hoffnung.
Ja.
Tell me about your Hoffnung.
Über die Hoffnung zuletzt stirbt. Ja, weil ich bin Optimist. Und
I'm
daher,
optimist, so I hope. Do you think it can go? Do you know people who had that deep, deep depression like you and they let go?
yes.
Who?
Yeah.
You can just do a Performer. Brauchst uns nicht zu sagen, wer das ist, aber sag mal, wie die Maria oder die Kombucha oder irgendwie sowas.
Weiß ich nicht, keine Ahnung.
Denk mal an jemanden, der das geschafft hat. Dann denk halt hin, sonst mit Baby. Can we wave? Can you remember?
Weiß ich, fällt mir jetzt nicht an.
But would you like to remember? Would be good, no? To know somebody who could do it. Would it be good?
Yeah.
So I'm resourcing externally rather than internally. Does it make sense? Angela, Dr.
Yeah,
Kaur?
yeah,
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense? Okay.
yeah.
Now, how about I'll help your memory, because when we wait, we can help the memory so that you remember either a moment when it was gone, because I tell you, some more, it does have to do with the belief. I'm not saying depression is just going. I'm saying that depression also goes up and down. It's not one go, because if we would measure your brain, if you go to Douglas, put the Douglas Hospital and they would put the electrodes, or maybe we have to go to Portland to the MRI. They will put electrodes and they will see during the whole 4 hours, it goes up and down, and there's different phases within that depression. Yeah. It's not one straight way. No, it's like your heart. Your heart, boom, boom, boom. And your brain also up, down, up, down. And I only know it really 100% because this watch means a lot to me right now. I only have it since a few months and I look at it every morning. It shows me how my brain is going into REM, out of REM, light sleep, deep sleep, non-REM, REM, light sleep, deep sleep. And in the day, it's the same. Your brain's processing up and down is sometimes deeper and sometimes more. So would you be open to finding the moments when it's less? And if we find the moments when it's less, can we look at someone who can do it? Cool. So who is someone who can do it?
Wie ich das
Erinnere dich an irgendeine Person, die auch so tief Depressionen hatte, aber die sind irgendwie rausgekommen. Obwohl du ja
Also ich
glaubst,
glaube,
dass das nicht stimmt.
Also
aber
ich glaube, sie meinte, dass es was mit dem Alter zu tun hat, dass sie
this lady that I'm thinking about, she
Hormone,
thought that the
da
hormones
irgendwie
are
was
changing. the
changing
age.
something.
Yes, but you are 71. So how old do you have to get so it goes away? So it could be the age, but it could be also something else. So this woman, she was able. Oh, she was only able because she became older. Let's find somebody else. Not somebody who got rid of it because they became older, but somebody, maybe a meditator, or maybe somebody who positively think about you, admire, you like, at least you like them, and they are convinced that they have overcome. I know them. Sure, you know someone. Yeah. And if you give that person a name, who would that be?
The name?
Kannst du dich erinnern, jemand, der die Depression weiß ich nicht. Ist schon zu lange her. Wie lange? It's probably 8 years ago. Okay, but are you willing to have that memory? Because I can bring the memory. Yeah? Okay. So let's listen to him. Now I'm waiving the memory of remembering the person who was able to overcome the depression. Does it make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes? Is this interesting for everybody, this REM decoding session? Are you satisfied? We will do little theory after the tea pause. Yes, Angela?
Okay, doctor.
Interesting. This is very good evidence. This is very good to see the session, is it? Chakresh?
No.
Kishore?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, ich erinnere mich an jemand, der die Depression losgelassen hat. Oder wie würdest du den Satz sagen?
Also ich habe da wenig Hoffnung, dass mit der Name oder.
Aber es war 8 Jahre her. So, Samoa, have you ever done hypnotherapy im Ashram zum Beispiel? Oder Hypnose?
Ja, ja.
So you know that your subconscious mind knows everything. When you live, everything you ever lived, all your experiences, they're not gone. They are stored in your brain. Your brain is a mega computer. All the memories you ever had in your life are not gone. Where should they go?
Weil, Süße, ich kannte die Person.
It's okay.
Oder überhaupt nicht. Also,
Okay, it's doch okay. Aber die gab's. Und die hat positiv das überkommen. Und du magst du die Person, oder?
kann ich nicht sagen, ob ich sie mochte oder nicht, weil ich sie zu wenig kannte.
Eine Frau
Deswegen kann ich mich nicht erinnern.
So it was a woman about 8 years ago, and you cannot remember. Do you mind that we remember her? Is it okay for Samoa's body-mind system to remember this woman? Why not? Do you believe that there's somebody who has overcome it? Okay. You know there's people who have overcome depression. Okay. You believe and you have hope that you can overcome it. Yes. Can we ask your body-mind system to bring some memory of someone who has overcome? Isn't that easier than remembering in yourself to have overcome it? So there's many people. I mean, I could go with you to some psychiatrist here, and he will give you so many cases of people who have, after some time, overcome it, who have maybe taken Xana or Restul or Tracepex or Jopex or Lonazepam, or they have taken it for many years, but at some point it was gone. Some not. They took it until they died, but for some it went. And you say you are one who has the hope that it can go. Would you like for it to go? Yeah, okay. So do you want to find a memory of your own experience when it was less? Okay, okay. So, ich erinnere mich an Momente, wo es weniger war. Ist es auf Englisch genauso gut? I remember moments when it was less. I said it first in German to test it because she likes German much more than English. In German, it's ich erinnere mich, wo es weniger war. And in English, it's I remember moments when it was less. Oder wäre irgendein anderer Satz besser, wenn wir das jetzt so ganz oft hin und her.
Ich kann nur sagen, da kann ich noch so verliebt sein und trotzdem sind die Depressionen da. Zum
I
Beispiel.
can say, for example, I can be very much in love, like totally in love with the man, but still this depression is there. Okay, I understand, but can you remember, can you allow that you will remember moments when it was gone, even when it was just for a nanosecond? Noch nicht mal eine ganze Sekunde, aber ein Teil von einer Sekunde. Because your brain can remember. And we can make your brain remember, but only if you want. If you don't want, nothing will happen. But if you want, a lot can happen. So can you allow your brain to go to the nano moments when it was less? I remember nano moments when it was less. 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 I remember small moments when it was less. I remember small moments when it was less. I remember it's maybe like forgetting. You know, you're dreaming and all of a sudden for a moment you maybe forgot it, but then it came back. I remember nano moments when it was fun. I remember nano moments when it was less. I remember nano moments when it was gone. I remember nano moments when it was less. I remember nano moments when it was gone. I remember nano moments when it was less. I remember nano moments when it was gone. I remember nano moments when it was less. I remember nano moments when it was less. I remember nano moments when it was less. Remember nano moments when it was less. And then when I told you that your brainogram is like a cardiogram, electrocardiogram, and that it has these ups and downs, you went, aha, right? Because you believed as if it's one thing that is steady. But in human life, actually nothing is steady. When we use the breathing rate, when we use the heart rate, when we use the blood pressure, when we use anything that happens in our body, nothing is stable, nothing is always the same. So within the depression, it's like that too. Sometimes it's a little less, and sometimes it's a little more.
Das ist, wenn du keine Depression hast, dann ist das normal. Ne? Naja, heute geht es mir nicht so gut oder bla 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 bla.
So when you don't have a depression, it's normal that sometimes you say, today I'm not feeling so
This is
well.
normal.
It's normal.
But depression, it's other feeling, my dear.
I'm open to believing that it can go. Are you open to believe that it can go? Okay. I'm open to believe that it can go. I'm open to believe that it can go. I'm open to believe that it can go. We're not saying it's going, but we're saying I'm open to believe that it can go. 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 I am open to believe that depression can go. I am open to believe that it can go. I am open to believe that it can go. Yes? Yes?
Ja,
Oh,
meine Hoffnung stirbt zuletzt.
my
kannst du
hope
mir glauben.
will
Und ich gebe nicht auf. Ich bleib dran.
meine Hoffnung wird größer und größer. Oder wird stärker und stärker. Oh, mehr und mehr runter. Wie? Stärker, größer oder runter? Runter. My hope will get more and more wonderful. My hope will get more and more wonderful. My hope will get more and more wonderful. Meine Hoffnung wird mehr und mehr wundervoll. Meine Hoffnung wird mehr und mehr wundervoll. My hope will more and more wonderful. My hope will get more and more wonderful. Meine Hoffnung wird mehr und mehr wundervoll. My hope will get more and more wonderful. 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 My hope will, yes, speak it. My hope will get more and more wonderful. 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 My hope will get
Wonderful. Oh.
Lass es reingehen.
Ich werde euch allen berichten, was sich verändert. Okay? Ja.
Kann der Moment näher und näher kommen?
Ich habe nichts dagegen.
Okay. And the moment it comes closer and closer. The moment when it reduces comes closer and closer. The moment when it reduces comes closer and closer. The moment when it reduces comes closer and closer. The moment when it reduces comes closer and closer. Or it can reduce again and again more. It could reduce again and again more. It could be, I'm open to believing that it could reduce more and more. I'm open to believing it could reduce more and more. I'm open to believing it could reduce more and more. I'm open to believing that it could reduce more and more. I'm open to believing that it could reduce more and more. I'm open to believe it could reduce more and more. Also more, I know a wonderful resource you have. You are super flexible and you are super spontaneous. How about du bist super flexibel, schon von deiner Sport und von wie dein Körper ist, aber auch mental bist du flexibel, ne? Und you are super spontaneous, du hast Spontanität. Maybe something can surprise you. Etwas kann dich überraschen in Bezug auf die Depression. According to this depression, something might surprise me. What could it be? So it might surprise you in a way that it may change. So something could surprise me in a way that it would change. Something might surprise me in a way that it would change. Something might surprise me in a way that it would change. Etwas kann mich überraschen, sodass es vielleicht ein bisschen sich ändert. Something might surprise me and it might change. Something might surprise me and it might change. Etwas wird mich überraschen, sodass es sich ändert.
Please, can you send me location pin?
Huh? Angela,
Sorry.
are you with us? Are you?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Might surprise me and it might go. Something might surprise me and it might go. Something might surprise me and it might go. Something might surprise me and it might go a little bit from time to time. Something might surprise me and it might go. Something might surprise me and it might go. Something might surprise me and it might go a little bit. Something might surprise me and it might go. Something might surprise me and it might go. Glaubst du an deine Flexibilität und Spontanität?
Glauben,
Und
ich weiß es.
deine ability to change? I believe in my ability to change. I believe in my spontaneity and flexibility. I believe in my ability to change. I believe in my ability to change. I believe in my flexibility and in my spontaneity. Spontaneity, flexibility, spontaneity. Something might change. 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 I believe in my flexibility and spontaneity. I believe in my flexibility and spontaneity. Ich glaube an meine Flexibilität und an meine Spontanität. I believe in my flexibility and spontaneity. Last but not least, you live in Berlin. I believe in my spontaneity, wo die meisten Demonstranten auf der Straße rennen. I believe in my spontaneity, revolutionary. I believe in freedom. I believe in revolution. I believe in spontaneity. I believe in flexibility. I believe in revolution. I believe in spontaneity. I believe in flexibility. I believe in the revolution.
An der Front.
I am a revolutionary. I was on the streets in Berlin. I was fighting. I believe in revolution. I believe in spontaneity. I believe in flexibility. I believe in spontaneity. I believe in flexibility. I believe in spontaneity. And something might change. Kannst du an die Depression denken und sagen, something might change. Can you say it loud? Etwas kann sich ändern. Something
Etwas kann
might
sich
change.
ändern. Etwas kann sich
Something
ändern.
might
Change. Something might
Something might change.
Something might
Etwas kann
change.
sich ändern.
Etwas
Etwas kann sich ändern. Etwas kann sich ändern. Etwas kann sich ändern. Something might change. Something might change. Something might change. Change, 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 change,
Du bist ja gleich müde.
No, 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 not for you to do this. Not for you to believe this. I will be never tired for you to believe this. Something might change. Something might change. Something might. Do you believe it?
Yes.
Okay. Not good.
Ja, das ist ein Part, was ich mitbekommen habe mit diesem Prozess, den ich gemacht habe. Jeder von 37 People, die dort das gemacht haben,
Every one of these 37 people who were in this change circle
musste auf die Bühne
had to go onto the big stage
und musste dem Universum etwas versprechen.
and had to promise something to the universe.
Bei jedem kam etwas anderes.
Yeah, every one of the 37 said something else.
Und ich wusste nicht, bevor ich darauf ging, was von mir kam.
And before I went upstage, I had no idea what I would say.
Es kam einfach, ich verspreche dem Universum, berührbar zu sein.
I promise to the universe that I'm touchable, that I'm able to be touched, that I'm able to change.
Und das ist
Similar to being able to change. So I'm open to being touched. I'm open to letting things in, and so I'm open to changing. Yes. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
That was very good. Thank you. Can we say thank you to some more?
Thank you.
Thank you some more.
Thank you.
Thank you some more. Everybody, can you say
Thank
it?
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Can everybody say thank you some more to some more,
Thank you.
please?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Samwa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I can see Angela is touched. I can see Chakresh is touched. Dr. Pony is smiling. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You are
She
free.
is Dr. Doris.
Yes.
She is brave to let go whatever she has holding on to for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Das sagt sie.
How long it has been? How many years now?
Not die Depression ist nur seit 10 Monaten. Oder 8
Ja.
about 10 years only. Before 61, she did not have such
Ich
a
habe
thing.
oft auch mit den Chemikalien aufgehört.
Sometimes I took the chemicals, sometimes I didn't, but there's no difference. Und das macht keinen Unterschied. Gar keinen. None of the chemicals made any difference.
Hmm.
Bevor ich hierher kam, wurde die Dosis noch mal ein bisschen erhöht.
before I was traveling, the doctor wanted to elevate the dosage of what I'm taking, and I didn't take. You're not taking any.
So, be happy.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. You too be happy.
Yes,
You too enjoy.
More that change.
Yes.
And at least in the afternoon and in the evening, you know how to feel happy. And so the morning is the morning.
Yeah.
The morning is the morning. And in which thank you. Thank you. Thank
Dr.
you.
Doris.
she
Let's
carry,
have a tea pause, 15 minutes. Yes.
she carry,
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to be back at 5:40.
Okay.
she
5:40 in India, which is
40.
4:15.
it's 5:23 in India, no?
okay. Do you need a lunch pause or something? How much time do you need? 5:45?
30
5.
minutes.
Let's be back.
Ich möchte noch was sagen.
Yes, let's be back at 5:45, which is 4:15, Dr. Pony?
Yes, Dr. Doris.
4:15. Yeah.
Okay, Samoa wants to say something.
Yes.
She carry very beautiful smile.
Yeah.
Du hast, you have a very beautiful smile. Du hast ein ganz wunderschönes Lächeln.
Danke. Danke.
Yeah.
Danke.
My face is
Ich
glowing.
wollte noch sagen, ich habe euch jetzt alle nicht so sehr erkannt, aber wenn ihr mich irgendwo seht und erkennt, dann sagt mir einfach, ich würde gerne eine Massage von dir haben.
If you ever see me or you recognize me, you could simply say, I would like to have a massage from you.
Oh,
Oh.
wow, so
I have
kind.
given massages to other people for the total of my life.
35 years
Oh.
So sweet.
and more.
Thank you.
So I would like to
Maybe
give
you
you
know,
a massage.
maybe you know art. It's Rainer Fetting. Rainer Fetting. You can go in the internet.
Rainer Fetting.
And,
Enough fitting.
what
How to
about-
spell it?
Kunst.
He's an
Yes,
artist.
Yeah.
He's very well known as an artist. Rainer, R-E-I-N-E-R.
Yes. A-E-I-N. Rainer. Also mit A-I. geschrieben. Rainer Fetting.
Mit A-I, nicht mit
Mit
E-I.
A-I.
Mit A-I. A-I. R-A-E-N-E-R, Fetting. F-E-T-T-I-N-G. And he's
Okay.
an artist and he makes visual art.
Everything. The painting, the photograph and sculpture.
Painting, photograph, and sculptures.
Ein Beispiel.
There's in Berlin.
Ja.
He
Er
lives in Berlin, where she lives.
lebte auch in New York lange und hat unter anderem den Willy Brandt im Willy Brandt-Haus kreiert.
In Berlin.
Helmut Schmidt Körper.
Ah, hat er gemacht.
Immer noch, der ist immer noch am Ball.
Und du magst den.
Hm?
Du magst den.
Ja, mit dem habe ich 35 Jahre gecoacht und massiert.
Oh, she coached and massaged this famous artist for 35 years.
Wenn er in Berlin war und ich auch 3-mal die Woche.
If he was in Berlin 3 times a week. Keep massaging people.
But because Politik, he cut me. You understand?
Because of politics. He didn't want to.
He's very clever, but very stupid.
Yeah.
What can I tell?
Yeah.
So, ich habe zu weit mich rausgelehnt. Ne? Ich hätte meine Klappe halten sollen.
It's okay.
Yeah,
He was with you
yeah,
for
it's
35
okay.
years. Let him go.
Mein Job ist jetzt done, you know. Und jetzt habe ich Holiday. No?
Okay. Super. Thank you some more.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. See you after the tea pause.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Keep any questions for after the tea pause. Bye bye.
Bye.
We are back from the pause, and I'm trying to get my seat up.
Dr. Doris, there are a lot of questions once everybody come
Yes.
and join. And, I want to know what exactly happened. So,
So can you please first put the recording on, and we are just starting. If somebody's missing out, they're missing out. It's okay.
I already started the recording, Dr. Doris.
All right. It is the 4th of May, and we are after the tea pause and ready for your questions. So you saw me working with Samoa, who I knew less than you, I think. She's a friend of a friend. And she is, I did not know that she has depression or that she even would ever come up with that. I just asked her, are you open to working on something? And as we do share something that is a very strong bond, which is we do the same meditations and we belong to the same meditation center. So that was the connection. And her highest resource was this, which she didn't give any name. And I think this is as good as you can get with someone who has such a deep belief in the depression. Because really she had a deep belief in the depression, right? Which means she's suffering. She's suffering, all right. And I know depression and I know people are really, really suffering. But REM decoding can help. So what were you most surprised about, Dr. Purni?
Dr.
You are on a delay. Is your internet okay?
First, memory. My voice is breaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But continue. We can hear you. What were you most surprised about, Kishore?
Finally, she cried. That was the thing which was most surprising for me because she didn't share much of her
Emotions.
things. Yeah, emotions. Yeah.
This specific memory is strongly stored in her mind, and visually it is very strongly stored. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, as a counselor or as a therapist, she must require 2 more sessions like this, 2 to 3 sessions. Then it will be completely removed from her mind. Because
I wouldn't go back to work with the memory of that abuser. I think that's done, but I think more work on depression needs to be done.
yeah,
You think more work on the memory of the abuser has to be done? No. And last but not least, what a resourceful way. This was like worth a little movie, wasn't it? I mean, I know myself that I have never, ever, 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 ever in my life been approached or been negatively touched or had any strike of attack, even though I was in the middle of Brazil. I was in very dangerous areas, and similar like her, I have repulsed it. I have shouted louder than the guy. You know, 2 people came from the back in Arambol and tried to. So I have also lots of resources in how I protect myself. But somebody who strangles you, look in their eyes and say, you are a beautiful man, I think that's quite powerful. What do you think? And then the guy pulled her up on the strangling thing, up the stairs, and set her next to her. And she says, I haven't had sex for very long, and you can have sex with me. Wow. That's a provocation intervention. And he didn't. Isn't it amazing? A violator is attracted to working against resistance. They are not attracted to when they are allowed to.
Exactly.
So, doctor, do you think this is what has been played in his mind? That he want to enjoy the resistance, not actually the sex with her. He want that movement that somebody should rebel, somebody should scream. He want to enjoy that feels.
Enjoy sex with such a lady who is repulsive.
They
Not-
want repulsion, they want fight. They are getting off the fight. They are getting erected by the woman's, literally. They literally get a hard on from the woman's screaming and fighting.
Yes.
The moment she said, "You can have sex with me," he didn't want anymore. I think it's fabulous. You are looking very serious, Dr. Purni. Yes, it's a terrible event. It's a terrible event. It's a terrible event.
Yeah. Now, what happened after that? And she was talking about men not having connection with men. That is what, how the thing got deviated there. I quite, the audio was also not clear because.
Yeah, that's where it would just need more time. Keisha, like you say, the next session, I would find out more about. No, she has a boyfriend right now. She's 71 and she's actively sexual with a boyfriend right now. Boyfriend from Greenwood. So she's there, and he's totally in love with her, and she's not as much in love with him as he's with her. He wants to constantly see her, and they are really romantically engaged.
Okay.
With 71, oh, you don't think so? I don't think I will be in love with somebody when I'm 71. I couldn't even imagine it now anymore. I have enough with one man. Don't you think she's amazing, Angela? 71 years old? Gee.
Yeah, Dr. Doris, one more question. Maybe because she told that she was not angry with this man who attempt to harm and rape her. She did the reverse psychology of telling this guy, yes, I'm okay, you do whatever you want. Is it not a pattern from the past?
No, I think she made it up in the moment. It's a defense pattern. Sometimes we are lucky that it comes. The most normal pattern, 90%, is that, of course, we get afraid, we get heightened heartbeat, Keisha, and that's what attracts the man. So a violator is attracted by adrenal, by the woman huffing and puffing, and he himself begins to huff and puff, and he's very attracted by a very high resistance. It's like sadism. I mean, there's many pervert sexualism, more known in America and more researched in America than in India. In India, it's very little known or researched, but there's lots of sexual perversions. I mean, sexual perversion is amazing. I mean, sexual perversion is people who like to make sex with each other while they strangle, or while they hold them on a string, or while they are all stringed up and restricted. And I mean, it's lots of sexual perversion that in India you don't get to know. Nobody tells you, nobody brings in the television. But in America, it's in the television, and everybody gets educated about sexual perversion. So, yeah, you can say, sexual abuse starts with sexual perversion. Somebody who's interested in violating somebody else who screams and fights. That's the pattern. And she immediately told him, I'm not the one. That's smart. Let's learn this, Angela. If ever anybody attacks you, you know what to do.
I don't know what I will do. But I mean, even though she took that brave act, deep down inside, she was so afraid and traumatized.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. And she doesn't know how the depression started.
finally, which wordings actually worked out and she started crying? What was that actually? What is the context of
I
that?
asked her quickly before she left what I got. So no, let me ask you where, I don't know whether the visibility of the setup was good enough for you according to calibration, but if you calibrated her, what was the greatest aha?
Change,
Before,
willingness to change.
it was visual.
Some of the words were not clear, so we couldn't
No, when
understand.
I told her that
Ah.
your brain nogram is like your EKG and it's changing, she went, and she had read, and she was like released, because in her internal visual, this depression has a very steady, stable type of a belief. She believes depression is depression, and she is typical being addicted to the nominalization, being just confined by this nominalization. She was so deep, and she's such a meditator, and she's so open. She was a revolutionary on the streets in Berlin. And she has so much flexibility, so much fight energy, so much spontaneity. I mean, look at her body, pretty amazing body for being 71. Come on, my body is less strong than her body. Amazing, really amazing. And she's still running. She's 71 and she's running as her sports. So what tenacity she has. And so the same tenacity she had in this belief that the nominalization is like this. And as soon as it's like an EKG. My brain is like an EKG. It goes up and down. I say, yes, it goes up and down. And in the state of depression, also your brain is processing and it has curves and it goes up and down. And that was her thing where she all of a sudden could begin to believe in change.
So it's a
And
somewhat
she's not ready to change. She's not ready to feel better, Keisha. You're right. But that believing that I could change is the first beginning you can do.
I want to ask you, what do you find her? She's a AVK or she's a AKV?
AVK.
I still believe she's KVA. Her verbalization was very weak. She was very hard in finding words. I had to find all the words for her. I bet she would not remember. I have written it down. I would send it to her in the WhatsApp. I bet she will not remember the words of what was waved into her.
I have a question. We come to know that the client have a pattern of VAK or KVA or AVK. Do you think that this can be knowing this fact can be a better way to fine tune our commands?
Actually, I don't think it ever restricts me. It's just coming to me like naturally that I think this is what I see. She's using so many K words. I mean, kinesthetic words are just overwhelming. And she's constantly about touching and feeling and walking and acting and in fact, I can make a generalization. This whole community that I was together with was all K first. Most of them were K first. Everything was about feeling. Everything was about sensation. Everything was about physical therapy. Everything was about that. So.
And she's a masseuse also, mostly kinesthetic, possibly.
She's what?
Massage therapist. Masseuse.
Oh my gosh, since 35 years. I didn't even know. I also didn't know that.
Yes, Dr. Doris. Dr. Doris, I also have a question here. As she was talking about that person who had inflicted that attack on her, she doesn't have any anger upon him. So the terrorizing thing could be the memory of her getting into that situation and coming out, a visual memory as you mentioned. And also there is a kinesthetic link to it. may she, and they later she spoke about men not being close to her and going away from her life.
No, she is
So-
going away from the man.
Yeah, she is going away from for some reason. So she bringing it up, this incident with this problem. Is there an emotional enmeshment possible for her, either with this person who has caused this problem or with somebody in the past because of which she was not sexually active that time?
I wouldn't read that from what she said, particularly also because I was first offering for her to use a model, because if somebody goes through what is called depression, you may sometimes use resources from others. Because they literally convince you that they don't have resources. However, she wanted her own resources, which she herself said and indicated. So we were basically working with her positive resources, which were, who remembers?
We couldn't hear that, Dr. Doris.
Flexibility, spontaneity.
Okay. Yeah. Spontaneity for sure.
I have a question. This is a sample, Dr. Purni, you can just back me. Last week I met around 7 women. Out of 7 women, 5 women have their past life issues problem.
Past life or issues in the past?
Issues in their past life.
Okay. Oh,
Past.
okay.
Yeah. So, and when I asked them, what you want to do in your life? Out of 7, 4 girls or 4 women doesn't have any future. They don't know what they have to do.
Come again, Kishore. I didn't understand. What did you say?
Okay. Okay. So where it okay. So I met 7 women.
You say you met 7 women. Did you have 7 clients who were women?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Out of that, when I asked them what they are going through, the typical issue they came across to me, they say they has been referred by my nutrition. And the complaint was they're not following their diet or healthy food habits, which is wrong. When I've done the deep dive, okay, what I understood that why they are not following the diet and everything, somehow, somewhere they have some loop in their past, where it can be relationship, where it can be they've been bullied on their basis on their body and something like. But when I ask them, what do you want to do now? Everybody want to become a slim, but they don't have any specific vision or feature, something like that, what they want to do. Having said that, I don't want to drag this more. How I can plug in this particular REM decoding with them?
Yes, absolutely. I'm seeing myself fit and trim. I'm seeing myself slim and fit. I'm seeing myself slim and trim. I'm seeing myself slim and trim. I believe I can become slim and trim. I believe I can become, yes, do it with yourself right now, Angela. I believe I can become slim and trim. 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 Or I'm experiencing being slim and trim. Ask which one is stronger.
Now, doctor, while we are doing this activity with Angela yesterday, we try to push her to visually construct that image. Is it a thumb rule that it has to be concluded with the visually constructing of image? I can see myself visually slim and trim. So this is a thumb rule.
What was the sentence for Angela that was visual?
I believe that I believe that I believe that I'm in control, right? Something.
Deciding what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, exactly. I believe that
Much nicer.
I believe that I have the right to what
can decide what I will do and what I will not do.
not do. I will decide. Yes.
Much stronger than I'm in control. Can you see the linguistics here, Dr. Purni? This really makes a difference, the way how we formulate and the way how you have to learn to formulate the question in a way that it's presupposing things, because you cannot ask what is that you want to accomplish. I mean, waving cannot say that, or you cannot get an answer, what do you want to accomplish? Do you want to believe in your flexibility and in your spontaneity? Do you believe? I mean, the most important was that she believes she can overcome it. Because if she doesn't believe it, I've had many women who I told you about the hardest. Don't you remember the hardest case Dr. Doris describes as her case? Is the lady who came from a psychiatrist, treated by a psychiatrist since 25 years. And the psychiatrist tells her she has endogene unchangeable depression. Endogene unveränderbare Depression is the German terminology, the psychiatric terminology. I wanted to sue the guy. I so badly wanted to sue the guy. I wish there was a way that you can sue someone who says that to somebody. Would you agree, Chakresh?
Yeah.
This is violence. There's more than violence. You better hit someone and they bleed. But to say something to someone that's sensitive, emotionally sensitive. I mean, I cannot even believe a psychiatrist could be so dumb, pardon my language. But this is dumb. This is stupid. If you say something like this to somebody who's your client who has psychiatric problems, it is simply really much less than intelligent. What will it help? It will help someone to believe I'm endogene, uncurable was the word. I'm endogene, uncurable, depressed. That was the strongest case of depression I had. To get her even to want to change was like big work, big work. She wanted to feel better, but she wasn't believing anything. I mean, Samoa, way better than this lady that was my most difficult client. So what else are the questions? Dr. Purni, you said you have many.
Doctor, in our manual, let us example, there can be anxiety, there can be a depression, there can be shame, there can be a guilt, there can be anger. So one person can have all these emotions, because one particular has anger with her father. At the same time, she is not comfortable with her husband. So one person can have a different emotions. For different emotions and different feeling, we have to do the REM decoding for different times, or we have to do the chunking of this. This time I will only fix this particular thing or something like that. How it works?
Yeah, so I was very sure that we wouldn't work on the depression itself, because the way that she said how deeply she believes in it, how deeply she sunk into it by saying that nobody can understand what is depression. I don't know whether you verbally understood. She was bringing up several examples about nobody can understand what depression is, but only the person who had depression themselves. How horrible it feels, how emotionally suffering it is. So if I would do the second session, I would go into the submodalities. We started with this Käseglocke. Käseglocke is this big glass bulb, and on the bottom is a wood board with all the cheese. You know what it is, Dr. Purni, no? But it's not used in India. It is a cheese. So cheese in Germany has to be on wood. So it's like a cheese plate with at least 6, 7 different cheeses. And because cheeses smell so strong, if it's a good cheese, there is some hop, like a glass ball, like it's a glass ball, and it sits like in a little curvature. It sits on that cheese bored. So she felt like that. That's the submodalities that we got out of it. And she didn't zero down to any part in the body. She said it's in the total of the body. So that's where we would go back in the next session, Kishore, and then go back to the submodalities and then work with the submodalities. But one thing is for sure, she believed that she can change more than before she came. Certainly, absolutely, big time. Did everybody see that? And it was good for you. I liked the demo as a demo for you at this stage because you saw many things. So sometimes there's not the time. Sometimes there's a moment. So for example, he strangled and abused me. He strangled and abused me. I didn't test that. I mean, it's simply the truth. I mean, it's simply a fact. He strangled and attacked me. He strangled and attacked me. He strangled and tried to sexually violate me. He strangled and attacked me. If he touches her on her vagina, it is sexual abuse, by the way, if you didn't know. So he strangled and abused me. He strangled and abused. But I didn't even go as far as saying abused. I said he strangled and abused me. He strangled and attacked me. He strangled and attacked me. So first that memory that she kept long. And I had to ask her, is it enough now? Okay. But then she was quite released to let it go. Unmute, Dr. Puni.
On one side, the eyelid, the eyeball was actually stuck. The auditory. So
Audio.
what she spoke or what she heard was somewhere stuck there.
On the right.
So, yes.
On the right side.
Yeah.
Which
So,
we don't know whether it's future or past. With her, we
Yeah.
don't know whether it's future or past.
Yeah.
I didn't get time enough to verify whether the future is right or left for Samoa. It sounded like it's the other way around.
Yes. On that note, Dr. Doris, and she had mentioned that person that I will not complain to the police. And then later police, because it's a criminal offense, even if she doesn't complain, it is a criminal offense. So they will catch him. They have. And she mentioned, I didn't want to see that guy in the court. Yeah. So what was that? Is she feeling guilty for all those things? Were confusing a little bit. And one more thing she mentioned, you can have sex, it's okay. It's a protective mechanism, but on the other hand, there is also kind of a statement which she gives there that I am for a long time not been in this situation. So all these things moving forward, what is the connection she's having in her mind with men and this incident? Relationship with men and this incident, something I think we have to dig a little more on that.
Where I would continue to work is I let them go.
Yes.
So she's hurt by no man being there. No man,
Yes.
she's alone.
Yes.
She's definitely hurt. She's not the type. I always say, I know if somebody is meant to be alone and they really love to be alone and they want to be alone. I can identify this. It's actually rare. Most people are meant to be in relationships and most people like to love and most people like to be together. So she's not the type. I have one of the girlfriends, she is, absolutely. She doesn't want to, she doesn't attract anyone. Or Christina Hall, she didn't want to. She said, it's too much training. Then I have to train the students, then I have to train the men. Sorry, Kishore and So, so Christina said, it's too much training. I'm training all day long and then I come home and I have to train my man. No, I don't want a man. So she was really positive. It's funny, yes. She was positively persuaded that she didn't want any. She was for long years with Gary, who was an NLP trainer, who was also in the scene training with her. And after Gary left because he wanted to become a cowboy, he left into the Las Vegas boonies, left her for becoming a cowboy. She didn't want any man anymore. For Samoa, I think it's different. I think she actually likes to be with a man. She has a man. She always has one. But that she leaves them and then says she feels alone. That is what, for me, is the
Yes.
ambiguity. That's
Yes,
the
that's what I'm
She
asking. Yeah.
leaves them. She doesn't let them leave her. She leaves them and then she feels alone. That's
Bad
the
about it.
ambiguity.
Yes, yes, correct. So Michael Hall is not Christina Hall's husband.
Pardon? No,
Michael Hall, no?
no, he's
Okay.
much younger. He's a different,
Okay.
total different. No,
Okay.
they have both the same name, but he's different generation, different country, different everything.
Okay. So this is the doubt I had. So
Mhm.
already she had some problems with men, and she encounters this person, and this depression.
I don't think she has problems with men.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think
Something
so. She's always
relationship.
she's not in a steady relationship because she also didn't want to, but presently I would read, and I don't know whether she would say yes. I would read that she would prefer to be with someone, but she's having some mechanism of keeping them away. Yes.
Mm,
But she
yeah,
had many boyfriends. She had many relationships, many very strong and also sexually very active relationships.
some pattern disrupt has to be done. Some pattern is following again and again.
What do you think about the whole situation, Chakrash, about this whole demo?
Yes, it is a good tool to give a treatment where one can release the anger, depression, or something which is holding her back. And like in this demo, what I have seen, in the last, what she said, she is not angry with that guy, but yes, it is inside with her since for last 10 years. So she wants to be happy. So if this is something which is holding her back to be happy, if it gets released, she'll be more happy.
Yes.
She'll be happier.
Yes.
So like in the end, like body language and everything would speak. Now it is like relieved.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, even I felt that she has no problem with the man. She has no problem with keeping the relationship. But yes, about this thing, she is like, I mean, this tool or this EMT can help somebody to get out there. What we did in emotional intelligence and visual squares. So similar to on same line, I think it is a better, and in fact, it is a better tool to get instant, to instant response or the result you can say you can get from it. And I was also thinking that it is very similar to your what we call psychotherapy kind of a thing.
It is used in psychotherapy. So, for
it is used in,
example,
okay.
Dr. Beaulieu and Dr. Shapiro were
Yeah,
psychotherapists,
you
and
mentioned
we
in the
called it a
beginning. Yeah.
psychotherapeutic tool.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
find it so NLP-ish because I don't dig in wire, all the psycho questions. I work with the submodalities, and then you can see how the submodalities weaken. Really, why I like this, because I like verifiability.
Correct.
I like
Correct.
if you can measure
And-
something and it's 5, and then
And you
afterwards
can
it's
see
10.
the changes and everything in a real time thing from the expression of faces, eye movement, everything. You can get the real thing, what the real emotions and all those things.
Yeah.
And I was also in between. I was also thinking that it is also very similar to the past life regression therapy kind of a thing. So it is like I was getting something from here, from there. So yes, I think it is a good technique and tool. So
Dr. Doris, as she was constantly saying, I am a 7, I am a 7.
What is that, doctor?
Yeah, Enneagram.
So Enneagram has 9 different typologies, and again, it's it's a psychometric.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one is called the achiever, one is called power, and then they describe, they describe the two sides. So they are not
Yeah.
only one side, but they describe the strong side and the weak side. It is actually quite interesting. There's some truth in it, just like I used to be an astrologer, and I do find some truth within astrology, but it's not something I want to narrow myself down with. But in her belief, she was narrowing herself down with some part of this, what it means to be a 7.
Yes.
But also
Ah.
she's just explaining that she has an easy time to say, okay, it's nothing. I'm fine. Basically, what
Yeah.
7 means is I'm fine. They are always fine, and they have a tendency to brush away things.
Mm.
So she
Yeah,
was
7.
actually offering this information to us.
Yes.
Dr.
7 is
Doris,
an enthusiast. 7 is an enthusiast, and their basic desire is to be satisfied and content to have their needs fulfilled. So somewhere her sexual is not fulfilled also, we can say. That is one of the
It is
reasons for
okay.
getting into this again and again. Desire to be fulfilled is the desire of a 7. So somewhere I feel her sexual desire or relationship desire is not completely satisfied, and that is why she's moving, finding who will fit me and all that. If she feels that fulfillment, even without all this, gets healed with the past, I think she will be okay. Fulfillment.
What was it again? She said, I don't believe in a man. No, what did she say? I don't believe that since I don't have a man. What was that sentence with man? I didn't write all sentences down. That was actually an interesting one. Do you remember? We need the audio recording. There was one sentence around a man, her and a man.
Yeah. No man, something she said.
Dr. Doris, I have 2 questions. First one is about when when she said that she just said that she has not had sex for a while. Okay, and then second question that you have a beautiful eye and you have a good face, so we can talk. So with her eye movement, did she use to protect herself, or did she really mean by that? Or did she intentionally, how to figure out from the eye movement that what actually she meant?
When
She
she
was,
said that to the guy, she
yeah,
was
yeah.
protecting herself.
She was actually protecting
She
herself.
didn't think he was beautiful. No, she just tried to say something to counteract him,
Okay.
to provoke him.
Second question. So this whole process we call therapy, that we are actually doing it. And what we learned in NLP and emotional intelligence, that is a coach, correct? That's not a therapy.
Correct.
So,
Correct. So normally in
how do we
coaching, it's a
differentiate?
coaching technique. And here it's therapeutic because you literally do a therapeutic technique. I don't think it makes any sense. You can it's not so important. You can say time. Sometimes when we do timeline re-imprinting, I say timeline therapy because you find the negative belief in the past, you establish resources in the future, you strengthen the resources in the future, then you go into the past event and you reprogram with the resources. That's also therapy.
Okay. Because this is especially for eye movement therapy, so I thought.
Yeah.
maybe-
So I tell everyone, whoever is working with psychotherapy will be preferred to call themselves eye movement therapist, and whoever is working as a coach will prefer the name coach, and mostly both. Everybody says, I want both names. So whatever you want on your certificate, you can tell us.
Okay. Okay.
You prefer coach?
And I would like to add, Chakresh, if you're doing the 8 steps coaching process, and when the client comes back not being able to move forward, that's the time we know that they need therapy. They have something in the past which is
Okay.
stopping them from moving forward. So they need therapy. We do 1 session or 2 sessions as required to do the therapy to clear the block
To
and
clear
then
the-
make them move forward.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
See, honestly, this is work.
Mm.
There's only 2 sessions that I give that I feel as work from my perspective, and that's releasing emotional enmeshment. It's the only session that afterwards I need some rest, because it's for 75 minutes such a strong metaphysical surgery where I go with someone. It's literally, it feels to me like a surgery, as if you give a surgery as a doctor, taking something out and stitching something up, really. The releasing emotional enmeshment. I'm slightly, tired afterwards. And if I give more than 1 REM decoding session, I might feel tired of the taking out, because somehow I take out and I have to be sure that I'm taking it out too, because it is actually strong kinesthetically to do it. But I also like it because of that. I like work, and it really feels like it is work. And I think it is work to let go of the past. So you literally do work. I mean, moving these eyes and moving these eyes until you get tired, it's work. And it makes the brain work. So I personally like work. So for me, to literally do something is in some way fulfilling. And what is most fulfilling about this to me, that's why I offer it only since this year. I'm so sorry. We should have offered it, or I used to offer it, but since whole COVID, we didn't do it because I was a little bit limited, thinking I cannot do it online. Now only through Dr. Poor, thank you, Dr. Purni, we do it online. Otherwise, I would have not done it. So it is work. It's work to move your eyes for so long. I'm sure she's tired.
Yeah,
I'm sure she will be tired today. I'm sure she's not tired roaming around and running around, but she will be tired from that one.
Yes, yes.
Which is good. Which is good.
I was tired yesterday.
Yes, I want to know.
Um,
So you slept more or earlier?
No, I did after finishing, because I was at work by default. After finishing, I was like drained and exhausted, and my head was like so much in, like, something, you did something and you taken out after that, it has a pain. When I went home, when I came home, and I did again what Dr. Doris said, look at the ceiling, imagine, and whatever you have to release, you just do the exercise. I didn't have anything, but I told one thing when I was doing that. There is anger I'm holding, I forgive and I let go. And I slept like a baby.
Nice.
I slept like a baby and I woke up. And here I am. I felt good.
Yes. So certainly any time between now, because next time we meet is quite a while. It's not even very long. It's 16 days? No. 21 minus 5 is 16 days. So we meet again in 16 days on the 21st of May. Please do it on yourself. Do it as much on yourself as you can. Test it out for yourself. It really works with yourself. To me, it works more when I don't use my own hands, but I use the ceiling. But whatever it is that works for you, please test it out on yourself. And then after we've done the evenings in May and June, you are fully equipped to give sessions to others. I'll make a point that on the 21st of May, we talk about anxiety and about how anxiety can be induced and how, what are the dangerous spots that when we work with someone and they get a flashback or they get an anxiety attack or the fear becomes even stronger, that can happen. So for you to be strong enough to hold that and to always, always, always make the session end on a positive note. To always, always, always. If you have to push and force, whatever you have to do, the positive sentences have to be more. She was ready to go because she knows from meditation and therapy. She thought it was only the negative sentence. She was very surprised when I wove into her the flexibility and spontaneity and the freedom and the belief in changing. And I believe in the moment to change. I believe in changing. So that you have to do. You have to promise me.
So, Dr. Doris, what I get from this thing is, like, initially, if a client comes into your, anybody comes into you, if they want therapy or if they want healing to be done, first ask what they want to heal.
No, what is it that you want to accomplish?
Okay, 1 minute. Can I write it down?
Yeah, the 8-step coaching. Don't you remember the 8-step coaching?
Yeah.
So the 8-step coaching says you are here to go for a change today. It's nice to see that it's a backtracking, it's a reinforcement. There are some experiences that you want to experience in your life. And what is it that you want to accomplish?
Oh, okay. Then they by themselves.
I did not do that. I did not do that with Samoa because it was a demo, and in fact, to be honest, it was a little long. I wanted it to be shorter. I know it is a big effort for you to be online and then to look at these 3 cameras, but I had to give it the leisure of letting it congruently end wherever it wanted to end. And plus, I'm convinced she's kinesthetic first because she's processing slow. Somebody who is visual first processes much faster. They go and they say, good, thank you, I'm going.
Correct. Angela, can I share what you said yesterday? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. No worries. This is open forum. Everybody is learning.
Good discussion for Dr. Doris also. Like yesterday, Angela called and she was telling, my partner is very annoying. She's doing like this, she's doing like that. I said, okay, Angela, what is that she has come in your life to teach you? And also, I want you to think about, is there anybody else in your life whom you share a very similar type of relationship? And then she said, yes, with my brother. So, so if you deal with this lady well, you might also be able to deal with your brother better.
For me, Dr. Purti, what happened was after we spoke, then I realized like, oh yes, my brother has a similar behavior pattern. Always, like, he has to prove a fact that he's right and his ego is here. So we never get along.
I'm invited for dinner for this POV.
I, as much as possible, I avoid him. I do not have a very heated argument. I just avoid
With
him.
whom you did this in the night? You said you released anger.
That's why instead of this lady, instead of my friend, I visualized my brother.
That's what I wanted to ask.
I visualized my brother and I said, whatever is holding, I release. And I did this exercise. Still, it's hard, to be honest with you, because 40 plus years with my same brother, 50, sorry, is hard. But I think that is the cause. That is the first beginning. And that is repeating until I learn my lesson and I let go. Yeah, Dr. Doris?
So I didn't catch the first thing with the partner. So who your female partner?
Yesterday she was talking about the partner.
She's my friend. She's my friend. We are together in this creation of this business. So she's
your partner.
my friend, my school friend, and she wanted to go into a holistic and healing and life coaching. I said no problem. I love, but I will like to do the therapy side of it, not the logical side of it. She's in the logical side, I'm the therapy side. So, but
So
she
she's the business creator. She does the business side,
yes,
and you are the therapy side.
yeah. So, but she has this strong personality or the thing that she wants to prove her spouse that he is good enough. And to prove that fact, she will be very strong. I want to do it like this and not your way, and I like this. So I just take one step back when she behaves like that, and she knows that when I'm quiet, differently I disagree. So I think she understood, but I was thinking to myself, why am I getting irritated with her behavior? So that's why it was really
Because it work and you like her, and what she's doing is not working.
sorry, Dr. Kamagi.
You like her, she's your friend. So what she's doing is not working. Of course it bothers you. If you really love your friend and they are doing something less than intelligent and it harms them, or they are dragging on, fighting with their partner or making their partner feel bad, of course you care. I think
So that was the thing. And
who thinks that's normal? Who thinks that's normal? You like your friend and your friend does something to self that harms self. You don't like it, right? And you wish to say something, and now with your NLP, you are very careful to say something, because to smash your advice to them does not work.
Yeah.
And if the values doesn't match also, it will be a conflict, right, Dr. Doris? When the values don't match. Mismatch.
Yes, but typically in my experience of helping couples, I know more couples who are attracted by opposites and have different values than same.
Possible, but the way they exhibit might be different. For example, if somebody likes to cheat, for somebody it will be okay. For business, in business we have to cheat. It's not cheating, it is business. But the other person might not be okay with it. Then it is a conflict. Ethically, it becomes.
You mean in married couples cheating according to sexuality?
No. For example, if somebody is cheating IT department, that also could be. Some others might think, oh, it's very bad, it's cruel and all that, based on their environment, their ecology. But some others might think, no, it is my intellectual capacity to find a way so that I don't pay much of income tax. So those things I'm talking about. Yeah.
But then it might be different for both partners. And one partner says it's betrayal and the other partner says it's okay.
Yes, yes. This is what I'm saying. Like that. So these are some.
So that's a thing. But when I'm quiet, my friend knows that I disagree with this. So instead of me going head to head and fighting with her, I take one step back and let the steam goes down, and I take my next step saying that I disagree. Not I disagree. I said let's do it this way rather than doing it that way.
You can simply use the 4-question song from NLP. Would you please, could you please, may I ask you, is it possible? Would you please consider something different? May I offer to you another option? Would you be open to listening to another option? So these 4 leading questions are really quite amazing. I mean, when you use them in coaching and personally, my God, it's really helpful.
Exactly. So this is why then I realized, why am I triggered with her behavior? I get triggered. And all of a sudden I'm like, why am I triggered with her behavior? Then I realized it comes from somewhere else, that constantly as a child, when you grow up, your adults, your elder siblings keep on nagging on you and tells you, this is the way you should do it. You have to listen to it. And you do. Personally, you hate it. So it has been carrying without being addressed to my elder sibling, my brother. And now it is coming and telling me that this, you have to let go of that anger. So it reflects from other people around me. Maybe my friend who is doing the business with me, maybe with my boss, maybe with somebody else. So I was like, then I spoke to Dr. Puri. Dr. Puri asked me this valid question. From where does it
To be
come from?
open to let go of the anger. Do you believe in letting go of anger?
Yeah. So
If you
that's why I started doing this exercise.
continue, but 1 minute.
Yeah. So anyway, it's going to take time, Dr. Puri. But it will work.
It's a work in process. It's work in process.
Yeah, but you know what happened? I didn't talk to my
Bye.
friend whole day.
Mike, you're not audible.
Doctor, in our manual, is these steps are mentioned? For depression, we have to do this. For anxiety, we have to do this. Something like that.
Annual. Where is the manual? I don't know. You have the manual?
So
I don't know.
we have not spoken. Because अगर इसको गलत तरीके से इस्तेमाल किया तो कुछ रॉन्ग ट्रैक पे गाड़ी जा सकते हैं।
हो सकता है, इसलिए बहुत केयरफुल होना चाहिए। We have to be very very careful.
कि मेरे केस में वो जो सुबह लेडी आई ना, आज उसका सेकंड मीटिंग था। अब
हाँ।
उसके क्या बोले, मेरे मॉम एंड डैड मुझे प्यार ही नहीं करते।
हाँ, वही तो प्रॉब्लम है। इसलिए मैं खाना, see, that is what. Maybe her mother is a very good cook. She doesn't love her. She feels like that, but she cooks well. So at least by eating her food, she feels the love of her mother. That gives her contentment. That's why she is eating.
No, what she is saying, when this incident was happening, her mother was knowing this has happened, but she never stood with me. This is the memory of her third standard. Her age is right now 38. So
And
no, we are discussing one case, Angela.
So it's a sexual abuse again. So that's what he's saying. Mother knows that she was sexually abused by a cousin, but still she didn't do anything.
oh shoot.
Forced to a lot of layers in this entire case. But that's what I'm discussing with Tony. One wrong command, because she started believing that if she got a solution of her problem, while she's speaking with me. So one wrong recommendations from my side can, because she's now looking for me like she got a person. She got to have a solution of this problem.
Forgiveness, you want to work on forgiveness and gratitude.
Acha, she has done this and she started feeling very lighter. I asked her, where you carry this feeling, which part of the body? She said heart. Activity with her. Within few days, she got a message that I'm feeling very lighter. But game doesn't stop here. She want me to mentor her for at least for next 6 months, because she want me in her life for next 6 months. And I also want to help her. But I of course want to plug in all this activity because I want to see back to her totally daily routine. She should be like, she want to do a lot of bakery business and everything. I really want to help her. But that's what I want to, that's what the reason I'm here right now. How I can give her my best to her. Where I can be
your wife.
No. Her client, his client.
His client wants to do baking businesses, and what are they doing wrong?
Doctor, there is a very sensitive case. I have discussed parallelly with Dr. Ponni. Okay, one of the client is sexually abused at the third standard, her cousin. That memory she is carrying still with her. And more than that sexual abuse, she is saying that when my mother come to know this is what happening, my mother never stood with me. And this fact Her mother knows, and as a counselor now at the age of 38, I know this fact. She has not shared this fact to anybody. She has been recommended by my doctor because she is not losing the weight. So losing the weight can be a different.
Yes.
First, we have to fix this.
Yes.
Don't release this emotion because
Yes.
your body are same. You are carrying all these things in your memory.
Yes, and see, that's where coaching and therapy go hand in hand. You would think it's therapy, but we have to do it. I mean, it's clear that if this has happened in the past and it's stuck, then the person is not going to let go of weight. One-on-one is two. So call it therapy or call it whatever. If you do waving, you know, it's actually very NLP. If you do timeline reimprinting, it's very NLP. Now, therapy in and of itself would be doing only talking. And this we don't believe in. To just only talk with the client so that they talk about it, I don't believe in it. It's wasted time. My time with the client always has the outcome that I give them more resources than they came with, that I have more solutions than they came with, that they feel much, 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 much better than how they came. And that's how I orient the techniques I apply. That's I orient which technique I choose, you know, for a certain situation. And sometimes I ask for more sessions. And then I would dare to do, for example, emotional release, or I would dare even the awareness process, that somebody might become very aware of the pain that is manifested in the body from the sexual abuse, for example, the emotional pain that is sitting in the belly from this anger that was never expressed. And as they see that and they put it out, sometimes that's how far we get in one session. So then I want a commitment that you come back so that I can do re-imprinting, that I can do releasing emotional enmeshment, that I can do waving. So then I ask them to come back so that I can cover it up. It's a mere matter of time. Sometimes when you do the 8-step coaching process, you certainly have done positive things by people writing down their overall destination. By when it is overcome, they manifest their in-between steps. You have them experience having already successfully accomplished. That's very important for her to see her future Samoa, who has overcome this and who feels better, was very important. However, it was more important to me as my experience with depression to simply resource. As more as I can strengthen the resources, the better it is. Because it's a little bit like addiction. Depression is quite deep as of the intensity, the neuro intensity. So maybe she can go for a moment experiencing herself as successfully having overcome it, but that belief in that that's the truth was a little deep. So then you just do resourcing, and you might get further than you think.
This Robbins always says it's not about resources, it's about resourcefulness.
The resources in and of itself we need to find and then wave them in order to create greater resourcefulness. But it's important to find out which resources. And sometimes you just read it between the lines. I didn't know Samoa so well. So as I knew she's in Berlin, I just assumed she might be there for revolutionary reasons also. I used to be many years ago. And definitely she would say, yes, she was in the street rebelling. And so her freedom spirit and her flexibility and spontaneity is so strong that I think it can make a chip in this belief of depression. So this I just made up as I went along. Oh, flexibility, spontaneity, revolutionary. So then her eyes glimmered, and she would, of course, like to think of herself as revolutionary. Now, if you are revolutionary, please relate that to depression. So something is going to happen.
Doctor, what you find, she is moving away or moving towards?
Typically, if somebody experiences every day 4 or 5 hours what is called depression, it's away from.
Dr. Doris?
They look at the pain, they kind of don't want the pain, but they kind of addicted to the pain, but they're not looking towards the glorious future. What do you think, Kishore? She's not looking towards a glorious future. And sometimes this therapy is a little bit stuck there. So if people do, she has done so many years therapy. I mean, she told you about this group of 37 people. It's so much therapy that they do, but they do not strengthen the positive future enough. So I hope this gave you lots of learnings about waving and about how to use the myostatic testing. I also very much enjoyed working with you. At the beginning, I was going a little bit more the audio coaching way when Dr. Purni said, testing, myostatic testing. That was quite good. And in between, we did the myostatic testing. And I think this was also, the myostatic testing also works very well as a convincer. So the client, when they see that this is working, or I know there were signatures. Give me 1 second, I have to sign. How much longer are they staying? Here again? It's like purchasing a house. No? Do you have sessions tonight?
No.
We're free, right?
No.
Doctor, the outcome was not very clear.
Closed door? Thank you.
She had not mentioned any particular outcome which she wanted to achieve at this point of time. So if we had an outcome, would it be even more clear? Because what has to happen for you so that you know that you are out of depression? Will this help?
Well, basically, every person who this is what you have to do to open a bank account. So everyone who is in depression wants to feel better.
Now, how will you know that you are out of?
I believe that I can feel better. I believe that I can change. I remember the moments of when it's less. I think one big one was I remember moments when it was less. This was the thing that we waved after she saw that thing. I like this. It's such a nice evidence thing that I said, look, something like this can measure your brain waves, just like the EKG measures your heart rate. And she came back and she said again, really, is it like this? She asked me one more time. I will ask her for the feedback and send it to you in the group.
Okay, Dr.
So now, if you want to meet with one another, who experiences you would like to practice between today, the 4th of May, and then the 21st of May?
Me.
Oh, by the way, it's 21st and 22nd. I did it wrong in the website. I have to change it right now in the website.
Yeah. 17, 18, 19 is NLP practitioner. 17, 18,
Level 1, doctor. Dr. Puneet, it's a level 1, right?
NLP master practitioner 17, 18, 19.
Acha, master practitioner. So
Mm.
I have to be there, right? For 17, 18?
You first of all, are you with us 10 to 15, Kishore?
I will confirm you, doctor, because now and then my appointments are happening before 5 p.m. I will let you know. Give me some time on this. I will confirm you by
Yeah,
tomorrow.
so what I was thinking is you can do your sessions as long as you are with us in the beginning and in the ending.
Okay. I will confirm you by tomorrow 12 p.m. Monday 12 p.m. Is that okay?
Okay.
Do you want Dr. V to hold on? We should not do the REM decoding till we complete 2021?
It is 2021. It's right in the website. Who said it's wrong?
Yeah, 17, 18, 19 is master practitioner, 2021 is REM decode.
What is the timing, Dr. Puri? 2021? Same?
Okay, let me extend it.
$2021 is Monday, Tuesday.
Mhm.
How, doctor? What is the timing?
And 25, 26 June. Remember, it's half days, so we need 4 half days to make
Yeah.
2 days. So this is level 1.
2021, 27, 28.
And we are not going to do, are you still having an idea that we can do it on site? It's the same thing. It's just too much. I didn't know that Abu Dhabi is so far. It's too much for me to travel, isn't it?
Yeah, it is far, Dr. Doris. Mhm.
So 21, 22 of May and 25 and 26 of June is
Mm.
the level 1. And
Mhm.
you know how it goes. This one is not, it's not a class where we in this lesson teach this and in this lesson teach this. So you could focus a little more on 25 and 26, but you are very welcome to join again 21 and 22. So on 21, though, I will do the whole
20.
introduction again.
2021. Yeah.
21 of May, which is Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's a repeat, right, doctor, of this, whatever we have learned?
Yes.
Yeah, but it will be a different case note.
Yeah, I
It
will be
will be
there.
a different example. It will be a different case. And I cannot tell you where you learn most. So some people learn most by seeing one example after the other. And then I will reveal things also accordingly. So definitely on the June one, we will particularly go into avoiding triggering anxiety or avoiding deepening fear or deepening stress, because sometimes the adrenals kick really fast. So I want to equip you that this doesn't happen, and it's important, I think. And then once you are equipped with this, after the June portion, you will begin your 7 sessions, and then you have all the time until July. Unfortunately, Dr. Purni is not there in July. I can see right now one more time, I can change those dates, Dr. Purni, because I want you to be part of it. But
First week of July, I will be available, Dr. Doris. Not possible during that time.
so we scheduled it for 28, 29, 30.
Yeah.
You will be away.
Yes, I will be going first week of 10th till 10th. I will be here, I think.
You will come to Goa in the beginning of July, right?
No, I'll be coming to India only on 10th or something.
Dr. Puni, are we done for the day? Can I take a leave?
Yes. How about eye movement excellence?
Eye movement excellence.
Eye movement excellence.
Eye
Eye
movement
movement
excellence.
excellent.
Eye movement excellence. Thank you for your attention, for your questions, for your observations, for your amazing presence. I think because all of us were working together, we could create an empowering change for Samoa, and I will certainly let you hear about her results.
Thank you, Dr. Doris.
Thank you, doctor.
So, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's
Thank
look for a minute into whether we can change the July dates, Dr. Pony.